South Africans have always had a love affair with music. It's how we express our bodies, our love, our drive and desire, our love for groove, our rage and rebellion, our joy, our grief, and our belief. One thing about us, we are a very expressive people. And it's not just our own homegrown rhythms that pique our interest and embed themselves in our hearts. It's also the sounds that drifted across borders and found a second home here. Some of these songs weren't written with us in mind, yet they reached our streets, our radios, and our dance floors. They became ours. They played in our taxis as we journeyed to our destinations. They soundtracked weddings, matric dances, and family gatherings, and they lived in the backgrounds of our daily lives. Over the years, a handful of these tracks transcended language and geography, becoming part of the collective memory of Mzansi. They weren't just hits, they were memories. And even today, when they come on, you don't just hear the music, you feel the nostalgia of an era come rushing back. And these 10 songs do exactly that. Let's count down the top 10 non-South African songs that blew up in SA.
At number 10, we have
If you've been around, then you must know that I love Miriam Makeba. Honestly, this entry might be more for me than it is for you. Were you even familiar with the song? Because it made a resurgence a year or two ago when it went viral on TikTok. And yes, the song is about Mama Africa herself, created by French singer Jane in 2015. The song is an electro-pop delight. It was even short and features South African dancers with some of the most breathtaking visuals. If you haven't seen the music video, I first came across it on one of the music channels back in the day. And I'll be the first one to admit that this song is one of those that grow on you, but it is quite catchy.
At number 9, we have
This song is such a hit, and I'm not going to insult your intelligence by assuming that you've never come across this masterpiece. But if you haven't, yes, this song came before the Dr. Malinga one. And yes, they sound the same because Malinga reimagined it, or at least I think. Papa Ute by Rwandan French artist Stromae, whose stage name, fun fact, was fashioned from playing around with the word maestro, created this song as a tribute to his late father. This song isn't just catchy and vibey. With 1 billion views on YouTube, it's one of the best visual experiences you'll ever see, especially once you understand what the song is about, fatherhood, or rather a lack thereof. He sings of not having him around. Papa Ute, a French saying meaning "Dad, where are you?" is a hook that pulls you in and remains in your head because it's so catchy. I'm glad I heard his version first before the South African re-emergent version. Like a true antithesis, the song's subject matter completely vary. One being about yearn and lack, and the other, I don't know what that song is about. Maybe you can tell me. If you haven't seen the original, check it out.
At number 9, we have
This song is another one that trips people over. To clarify, no, it is not White Chukucha, and this came before White Chukucha. In fact, White Chukucha is a reimagination/remix since it features the original artist as well as their vocals and some of their visuals. This high energy track is a fusion of Afro-Angolan house with a memorable and rhythmic call and response hook that inspired the South African version. Though similar in hooks, the songs vary in production slightly. Achuchucha is more rooted in Semba and Kuduro rhythms, while the remix leans more into that distinctive Galawa Afro house sound with Gqom-inspired drums. I personally prefer the South African version, mainly because I understand the lyrics. Waitukucha is an actual saying. In Sepedi, it directly means he or she is shaking, but in the context of the song, it means he or she is dancing very well. Achuchucha, on the other hand, is performed in Portuguese, and I'm not necessarily certain what it means or whether it's an actual saying. Though I'm not certain, I think it's onomatopoeic, which is meant to mimic the rhythm and energy of the percussion. But if you are familiar with the song and the language, please correct me if I'm wrong. Both songs seem to somewhat carry the same essence though, which is to make people dance and have fun.
At number 8, we have
What a beautiful
This one is a little different. It's not so much the song as it is the songs. Since this Nigerian duo had us on a chokehold, Chop My Money, Beautiful Onyinye, and No Easy all came out in different eras and had the same impact, more or less, depending on their respective years of release. But I also lump these songs together mainly because there's only so much room in this list, and some people may know one of these songs and not the other. And like I said, each song varies in impact. Please let me know which of the 3 songs is your favorite. So P Squared by Nigerian duo Twins, actually Peter and Paul, were really our gateway to Afrobeats. And to this day, their imprint can be seen in some of these new age Afrobeat artists. Even their crossover to the international market with huge features from popular American artists kind of opened the door to more collaboration between Afrobeat artists and American celebrities, while also being catalyst for the exposure of the genre in the Western market. Beautiful Onyinye featured rapper Rick Ross and Chop My Money featured Akon. Both songs went on to be critically acclaimed. All 3 songs were smash hits in South Africa and cemented the Twins as Africa's leading pop duo, capable of both club bangers and danceable love ballads.
At number 7, we have
Right as we were coming out of the pandemic, finding our footing again, the music that had kept us company during that ordeal followed us back to the streets. Amapiano had cemented its place as a force, a genre that was here to stay and spread it did. Yaba Buluku was a result of that. This Mozambican hit by DJ Terrico fit right into the scene, and like the hits of that era, it drove the masses crazy. It was the playfulness chant style delivery that caught people's ear, but best of all, it was danceable. There was a dance, a TikTok dance challenge that made the song even more popular. According to the internet, Yaba Buluku is street slang for something hit in the pants. Unlike most of the songs on this list, with music that was loved and unique in their countries of origin, this song was heavily inspired by the then growing genre of Amapiano and incorporated elements of its own culture into it, thus creating the perfect storm that made it so loved. Where were you when you heard this one?
At number 6, we have
Bana was truly the turning point for the genre of Afrobeat and even the sound. That mid-tempo, stripped-down Afropop became the signature print that is still a staple to this day. Tekno pioneered the sound, set that trend which made him a significant part of the genre's global expansion wave. I think it's fair to say that this was one of the biggest songs of that era in Africa. The swag, the sound, and the reception really catapulted Afrobeats to new heights. No song has ever dominated like this song has pre-TikTok, and it has the accolades to prove it. The video got hundreds of millions of views, making Tekno one of the most streamed Nigerian artists of that time.
At number 5, we have
No song has ever confused me as this one did the first time I heard it. I was so certain that it was South African because it has those typical South African house characteristics with a non-South African vocalist. Shout out to Saz, one of Nigeria's most innovative beatmakers, because together with Niniola, this song immediately set her apart. Her choice to go the Afro house route instead of the expected Afrobeat really impressed me and immediately made me a fan. I like how you didn't need to be a house head to like this one. In South Africa, the song was massively well received. We butchered the lyrics but sang along nonetheless. The title of the song refers to the late Diego Maradona, the legendary Argentine soccer star known for his dribble and trickery. In the song, Niniola cleverly uses Maradona as a metaphor for a man who is cunning and deceptive, dribbling her heart like a football. Her vocals are in tune with a deep mid-tempo pulsating on the floor beat. This is such a good song. It's a classic in my book.
At number 4, we have
I know I said that P Squared was our gateway to Afrobeats, but this particular song was Afrobeats. It was everywhere, and man, did we sing and dance along without a care in the world or what the song was really about. It was just so darn catchy. Oh, and get this, it was a remix. The song is a remix of an old Nigerian classic called Sawale by Cardinal Rex Lawson. All they did was just give it a modern upgrade. And Ashawo is Nigerian pidgin for a loose woman / prostitute. I think. I don't know if the remix surpassed the original, but in South Africa, it definitely has. Then again, we didn't even know that it was actually truly a remix. The laid back yet danceable instrumentation paired with Flavor's very flirty and playful delivery was just magic to the ears. It was really catchy and memorable. And it's one of those songs that are peak nostalgia. That Waka Waka Baby, it still gets me to this day. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but for me, this song is the best Nigerian export music-wise.
At number 3, we have
This song's popularity was crazy. I believe it was one of the first Angolan breakout hit that made its way to the heart of many people, garnering huge continental fame. Apart from Windek, of course, this song maintained Cabo's signature fusion of Kuduro beats and Portuguese lyrics. It was fast-paced, unserious, exaggerated, percussive, high energy, and very much danceable. And by danceable, I mean no inhibition, lose yourself in the beat, lahlumlenza type of dancing, a staple in the Kuduro music scene, an Angolan Afro-electric high-energy genre. Brakatetumba, the hook, was meant to mimic the sound of the fast-paced drum hits, onomatopoeia style. Like a chant, it is catchy and enhances the rhythmic simplicity while making it easily memorable. Because of Windek, it was easy to love the song as it continued in the same vein of catchy, one-worded chants, carried by the quick-tempoed production. It didn't really matter what the word actually meant. It was about how it made you feel. The vibe of uncarrying enjoyment, fun, loud, and hypnotic. It's only a pity that this song came out years before TikTok, because Cabo Snoop wouldn't just have been a household name, but an international one.
At number 2, we have
This is an exception. Instead of crediting the one song, Gulenyani, I'm crediting the entire album of Gulenyani, because unlike the songs on this list that individually stood out, this project, from track 1, Jadinyana, to the last track, Remojo, was beloved by many, a first for South Africa, as traditional music is often listened to or preferred by whatever tribal or cultural group it belongs to. And Culture Spears made cultural music, Urankana, traditional Setswana music, and yet this project was the biggest and the most played album of that time, everywhere, by everyone. Somehow their music resonated with a very much culturally diverse South African audience, and they were embraced. From their catchy melodies and lyrics, infectious rhythms, to their hypnotic choreographies that the masses were trying to recreate. I can only speak for myself when I say I was obsessed. I've been putting together a standalone video on the music and impact of this group. Please let me know if you'd like to see it. Anyway, that is why this iconic album deserves the number 2 spot. If you've been paying attention, I think you can tell by now which song is going to be number 1. You can pause here and predict which song in the comments. But before we unveil the number 1 track, here are some tracks that were equally as loved but failed to make the cut because I only have 10 spots. Culture Spears Kudu, the entire album. This project was the follow-up to Gulenyani and was just as impactful, if not more. Let me know if you listened to this one, and if you have, which was your favorite between the 2 projects.
If I tell you, hey, I love you, oh. My money fall on you, banana fall on you.
Davido's Fall and If. No other Nigerian artist has ever had consistent South African following like this man has. These 2 songs were everywhere at some point. Me, myself, I am an If girl, but Fall follows closely behind. Which was your favorite?
the number 1 song is
Based on sheer popularity and accessibility, the winner was clear. It was always going to be Windek. This song was and is Africa's Gangnam Style. Windek's defining elements were more bounce and synths layered with electronic blips. Lyrically, the song thrives on repetition and the rhythm invites movement. As non-Portuguese speakers, the thing that stood out the most about the song was the cadence. Cabo's sometimes animated delivery, almost theatrical even. You can tell that he was having fun making this song. And because of that, we were having fun just us dancing to the song. I don't think we know what Windek really means to this day, but it was such a major hit, a staple on the dance floor that basically launched his career. There were so many contributing elements to this song's popularity because everything about Windek and Cabo was over the top and serious and very much unique. The not so high budget visuals, the blue screen, the color blocking printed shirts and skinny jeans, and most of all, the dancing. There was a dance, the Windek dance. It was a challenge before TikTok dance challenges were a thing. Talk about being ahead of your time. I don't think there'll ever be a song as pure, euphoric, and explosive as Windek was. It was such a good song, and we really let loose with this one. And that is why it's number one, because it's peak nostalgia. And there you have it, guys. That is my top 10 non-South African hits. And to this day, whenever some of them come up, we are easily transported back to those memories and moments. Please share songs that you think I may have missed, and let me know why you think they deserve a top 10 spot. If you've enjoyed this compilation, please leave a comment. And better yet, the flag of your country. Don't forget to like and subscribe.